I sat and reread the entire report last week, the entire executive summary, which is the world's longest executive summary, 481 pages. It's shocking, and frankly, I was stunned to hear that quote from Vice President Cheney just now. If he doesn't think that was torture, I would invite him anywhere in the United States to sit in a waterboard and go through what those people went through, one of them 100 and plus odd times. That's ridiculous to make that claim. This was torture by anybody's definition.
All right, folks. Senator Angus King, waterboarded, isn't that lovely? Very lovely person. Joining us now is a very lovely person, by coincidence, Judge Andrew Napolitano, Chief Judicial Analyst for the Fox News Channel. Welcome, Judge.
Hello, Stevie. How are you?
I am great. Friend? Always great to talk to you. Thanks for making the time for us. This report and this Bush derangement syndrome, which is also Cheney derangement syndrome, which apparently there is no cure for, and it may subside. You may go into, you may be, I think you're cured of it, but then it comes rearing its ugly head again. They're full steam ahead on this.
You know, it's interesting, and I suspect you and I might have a difference of opinion on it, but this is a bipartisan effort, Republicans and Democrats, to expose whatever the CIA has done. Now, I don't know what the CIA has done. The report is secret, and the executive summary that Senator King referred to in the clip you just played is still secret. But I suspect, and I have written about my suspicion, that the CIA was not forthcoming to this senatorial committee, which is its regulator, to which it is required under the law to be forthcoming, a committee that has given the CIA virtual carte blanche to do whatever it wants, and that as a result, the Senate Intelligence Committee started an investigation of the CIA. The CIA thought that its computers are being hacked, meaning its regulators were looking at more than they were entitled to look at. So, according to Senator Feinstein, the chair of this committee, the CIA hacked the Senate Intelligence Committee investigators' computers. We now have one part of the government saying, you hacked me, another part of the government saying, you hacked me, and a Justice Department that doesn't want to get involved. It's the last thing in the world does the president want to get involved in two aspects of his own government that are shooting at each other over this.
Right. No, I mean, you say, with all due respect, you say bipartisan. Of course, the Senate has been controlled by Democrats, and this is written by the Democrats on the committee.
No, there were 3 Republicans who dissented. I don't know how many Republicans there are in the committee. I think there are 6. So 3 voted with all the Democrats to release the committee, and 3 Republicans, one of whom, in fairness to you, is the ranking Republican, Senator Saxby Chambliss of Georgia. He voted against releasing it.
Right. But the investigation is basically carried on by the Democratic leadership of the committee and
Agreed.
Their staffs.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So
and just to give you more grist for your mill, this is not an investigation of anything that happened under Obama's watch.
Right.
This is just an investigation of what happened before July 20th, 2009, which is the date Bush left office and Obama came in.
And we could talk about, and we don't need to get sidetracked on that, but we could talk about the fact that if what Bush did bothers Dianne Feinstein and the Democrats, then certainly what Obama has done in increasing the use of drones, authorizing the killing of Americans on foreign soil, he's gone far and above in many respects what Bush ever did.
Well, this maybe you read it, and if you have, I'm flattered. This is what I wrote about, because she is being highly disingenuous and profoundly intellectually dishonest. She is basically saying, I approve of torture as long as I know about it ahead of time.
Right.
I approve of spying as long as I approve it and you don't spy on me. I even approve of the president killing whoever he wants as long as he gets permission from me first. But if you do this without telling me about it, then I come down on you. Well, what the heck kind of a government is that?
Right. And by the way, you shouldn't be flattered, because you are required reading, sir. So that goes without saying. But yeah, of course, please, the hypocrisy and remember, I don't know about Feinstein, but you remember how Nancy Pelosi and others had denied that they ever knew anything about what went on in the Bush years with the interrogation.
Well, we now
and then it turned out they knew.
Correct. We now know why she denied that, because if she admitted it, she would be exposed as being two-faced. Something you and I and most of your listeners already know about her.
Well, it's funny you mention that because I can't figure out. I mean, is it possible to get a facelift upon a facelift? Because
I sat next to Mrs. Pelosi on a plane flight the other day.
Did you?
And she looked at me and she said, "Oh, can we talk about something other than politics?" I said, "Absolutely." We talked about some mutual priest friends.
Did you really?
Believe it or not.
Oh boy! You know what really spooked me was when I read that Barack Obama got something from the Pope. One of the mementos or tokens he got, and I don't think it was from the Pope to Nancy Pelosi, but he gave it to Nancy Pelosi, and I'm thinking, I'm Jewish, who am I to judge? But I'm thinking, what a perfect example of a good Catholic to give that token of the Pope to.
And what was it?
I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
Do you?
No, I don't know either. No.
Yeah, but it just struck me. You want to talk about a plane? You want to digress here?
Sure.
1991. The airline doesn't exist anymore. It was a semi-private thing. I was working for a company. I had to fly to California. And Betty White is sitting right up down the aisle from me. Like I'm A, B, and C. She's D, E, and F, okay?
Right.
Like very spacious plane. And she's sitting next to an Asian gentleman, and they're making out almost the whole way to Florida. This is in 1991, so it's. So
Alan Ludden was still alive.
No, he wasn't still alive. And I think it's the guy, if I'm not mistaken, from that. She does a show where there's seniors that play gags on people. I don't know if you ever saw that. There's an Asian guy in that, and I think it's him. So anyway, that's my claim to fame. I sat on a plane with Betty White and watched her make out with a guy. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let me get my mind back to what we're talking about.
Well, I sat on a plane flight not too long ago, and in the same first-class compartment was Chuck Schumer, Bill O'Reilly, Al Sharpton, and me.
No, really?
Schumer says, we got to take a picture of the four of us because no one's ever going to believe the four of us were together.
Wow, I
don't want to take the picture.
That is quite a foursome. Now, there's a big story from the Smoking Gun today that Al Sharpton was this big FBI informant.
That I did not see.
It's posted on Drudge. Al Sharpton's secret work as FBI informant. It's like, if you print it up, it's about 16 pages.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have some fun with that later
on.
I'm
sure you will. All right, so what is going to happen? I mean, obviously, now you and I might disagree. We haven't even, you started by saying we might disagree, and we might, and we probably do. I have no problem with sticking someone's head underwater, but to get information. But let's move on. Obama's going to let this report come out. What happens when the report comes out?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what started all this was the public admission, I've heard him say this myself, of a now retired high-ranking CIA officer that he destroyed evidence of this. Now, the statute of limitations on that destruction, depending upon when it happened, might or might not have run. It would be 7 years as to whether or not he could be prosecuted for destroying this information. I don't know what's going to happen. There are parts of it that I think that still will remain classified, but I imagine that there'll be a big brouhaha against George W. Bush, and there'll be a big dispute over whether or not these harsh methods of interrogation, which I call torture, which you call enhanced interrogation, and I say that with respect because you and I have known each other for 100 years, and we respect each other whether we agree or disagree, whether these things actually saved the Republic. This fellow, whose name is escaping me, who admits destroying the records, was on with my colleagues at Fox this morning saying it did save the Republic. Senator Feinstein is wrong. Senator Feinstein and the committee will say it did not save the Republic because it didn't produce any actionable intelligence. Well, the debate will start all over again.
Right. No. Well, the former head of the CIA, who was the acting head of the CIA, Morell, and also Brennan, they both said that this worked and saved lives and got them the information they needed. So that is a debate that will go on. Judge, it just shows you never know where the topics will lead us to. Very interesting conversation
Stevie,
as always.
I am always with you. By the way, your name came up the other day. I was at a party for our mutual friend Joe Piscopo, and he asks me if I've seen Mollsberg lately.
Are you? I have tried to reach Joe.
I talk to Mollsberg all the time.
I've been trying to reach Joe. I've been trying to reach Joe Piscopo for like 10 years, and I can't get him to call back. All right, I'll email you, and you email me his number.
You got it.
All right, take care. Judge Andrew Napolitano. Watch him on the Fox News Channel, folks. Steve Mollsberg Show. Give Me 5 is next. Don't miss it.
We don't just talk about the news. We talk to those making news. This is the Steve Mollsberg Show.